If troops on the ground is so dangerous and they're all going to get killed, why are they going to do it? Well, I'm going to explain why they're going to do it. But we have to go back in time to, let's say, the Obama administration. So back then, a conversation probably went like this. President, there are a bunch of terrorists in this whatever building somewhere in Syria or Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever at the time. And we need to send, it's a very high value target, and we need to send in a bunch of men to kill him, but they'll probably get killed. There are other people nearby. They're sort of innocent, maybe his family, the housekeeper, whatever. So it could get very dicey. But I just want to let you know that, yes, I mean, we think our soldiers will get killed, or a bunch of these innocent people will get killed. So Obama is like, well, okay, well, do we have any other solutions? And they say, well, we could just drop a cruise missile or a bomb on the building and kill everyone. But, at least our soldiers won't get killed, but innocent people will get killed. And then, Obama's like, well, okay, I don't want that to happen, but can we just leave this guy alone? And they're like, no, we can't. We have to absolutely get him. So Obama's like, okay, well, I mean, all right. I mean, I guess it comes down to whether it's the innocent people near him or our soldiers. So just drop a cruise missile on it. And so after that, until this day, basically once a week there are meetings where these lawyers or whatever, or the CIA and the NSA, whatever, they have these targets, and they bring them to these lawyers, and they go over it, and they decide whether it's worth killing innocent people to get at a terrorist. And then whatever, if they agree, not agree, and then they'll attack them. And that's why you see many innocent people getting killed. But with Israel, this whole thing is taken to a whole other level. There's no committee meeting asking whether it's worth killing innocent people to get to this one person. It's already accepted as policy. It's ingrained in the culture now that, there are no innocents. If a person is near somebody that Israel wants to kill, they're going to kill them. And so that's what they've been doing, and that's what they're doing. They were doing in Gaza to an extreme high level. It's what they do in Lebanon. And when the Hezbollah launches a rocket towards Israel, Israel's like, okay, well, we believe it's just one terrorist in southern Lebanon in this neighborhood, and they literally destroy the whole building. So they get him and 100 other people. That's just the way it is. I'm not going to say they don't care. Caring, it doesn't even come into the equation anymore, because it's a way they conduct business. And it's basically, obviously, the U.S. has become more like that. Now, I don't believe the U.S. military wants to do this. I mean, there's still these systems that try and protect other people. But, when you go to war with somebody else, and, you go to their lowest common denominator. So that's what's happened with the U.S. It's gone to the lowest common denominator of Israel's, efforts. And again, I'm not saying that Israel is immoral, or I'm not saying they're bad. I mean, I think they're bad and immoral, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they've just made a very simple calculation that it doesn't make a difference how many innocent people get killed. They're just going to keep going after who they identify as an enemy and keep killing them until there are none left. Forget the arguments of, well, you're making other terrorists. Again, it's just not what they think. They're just tunnel vision, laser focused. They've been this way for years. And I'm only explaining this, again, to explain why the U.S. would send troops on the ground. Because let's get back to our original conversation. People go into Obama, they say, okay, we could send the Marines in or whatever, or the Navy SEAL team or whatever, and get the terrorists, but some of them will die. And again, Obama made the decision, okay, well, it's a horrible decision to make, but I'm going to make a decision not to it. But again, the U.S. did not make that decision of bombing places with cruise missiles because they didn't think the soldiers could do it. They did it just because they felt they would save more U.S. lives by bombing the building. They still believe that they can send these soldiers in and do it. And that's what's going on today. So the Trump and Hegseth and all the people behind this, especially Israel, in their mind, yeah, we can always go in with Marines or whatever, special forces, and we can do whatever we want if we want to pay the price. It's just a question of price. So yeah, 2,500 Marines, 5,000, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. Our technology is so strong. Our training is so strong. We're so badass that, yes, we can go take Karg Island. And we realize, yes, we'll lose men. Maybe we'll lose 100 men, but we can do it. We can do it. We always could do it. We always could have done it. We chose not to, but things are so bad. We have to get the Strait open. We're going to have to lose some men to send them in. And that's why they will be sent in, because of that thinking. And although I believe, and many other people believe, that nothing will be accomplished here but dead soldiers. In other words, they will never get the terrorists. But the terrorists in this case is control of Karg Island, I guess, or something, like control of a piece of territory that they think that once the U.S. has it, Iran will get scared and say, oh, well, if they took Karg Island, they're going to take a bunch of other stuff or whatever, Kasem Island, wherever they're going to go. It's not going to work that way. But again, they still believe that they can do this thing, and they can't do it, in my opinion. But again, it doesn't make a difference whether you think they can or you care what I think. I'm just explaining why, rationally, in their head, they believe they can do it. They believe they can do it because they believe they can always have done it. They don't believe anything has changed in warfare. U.S. just as badass as ever. And yes, it'll lose some lives, but we must get this straight, so that's the price we're going to pay. That's what they're thinking. That's why they're doing it. Hope you found this interesting. Thanks.